This time on Monkey Life, 2 new arrivals at the park. One's a woolly bundle for an experienced mum.
So far, all the signs are positive. Zingu's doing all the right things. We just let her get on with it and be the good mum that we know she will be.
And the other is hoping to make new friends at the squirrel monkey enclosure.
So this is a big day for her, but straight into the squirrel house, and she's quite a confident lady.
Plus, breakfast on the hop for the capuchins. Monkey World in Dorset, buried deep in the English countryside, is the largest sanctuary of its kind on the planet. The team, led by Dr. Alison Cronin, rescue and rehabilitate abused and unwanted primates from all over the world.
That's one been grabbed.
The park provides a home for more than 250 monkeys and apes from 20 different species. A new morning brings a new arrival at the Woolly Monkey House. Zingu has given birth. She's a bit shy about showing off her newborn, but the staff have managed to catch a glimpse.
Zingu and the new baby seem to be doing really, really well. So far, all the signs are positive. Zingu's doing all the right things, checking the baby regularly. The baby's gripping on really tightly. So far from what we've seen, everything's going really well.
With most primates, discovering the sex of a baby can take a little while.
Obviously, you've got to get a good look at the right places. Not always the easiest when the baby's gripping on tight to mum, but Zingu's quite a proud mum. She's come over to the mesh, and we're quite confident that it is a little baby girl.
To make sure mum and baby are okay, there are key signs the team will look for over the next few days. It's vital the new arrival is suckling well and has a good grip on mum's fur. And a tightly curled tail is another sure sign the infant is doing well.
We're quite confident that the baby has been suckling from Zingu already. All the signs are good. The baby's definitely been in the right position. It's sometimes obviously quite hard to be certain straight away, but that's why we make sure that we'll monitor them nice and closely for the next day or two, just to make sure we're 100% happy. But from what we've seen, it looks pretty good that they have been suckling.
The new arrival is a daughter for Oscar, the dominant male of the group. Oscar was wild-born, so he's very important to the park's woolly breeding program as he brings in new genes. In a few years, his new daughter will be able to join the program too and help with its continuation. But for now, the team will keep a careful eye on the newborn, while still giving mum and baby their space.
We more or less just let her get on with the whole thing. She's been a mum before, so she knows exactly what she's doing, and she proved to be a fantastic mum last time. So we'll obviously keep a close eye on her, make sure that she's okay in the next coming days. We'll make sure the baby's okay, that it's definitely suckling. But apart from that, we just let her be part of the group and get on with it and be the good mum that we know she will be.
The woolly baby isn't the only new arrival at the park. Alison's been to Wales to collect a new squirrel monkey called Azzi, who is being kept as a pet. But she's the last surviving member of her family group. It's important she has company, and her owners have asked the park to take her so she can make some new friends. The park already has 4 squirrel monkeys, which means plenty of potential pals.
Samantha, a new friend, a new lady friend.
The first step for the primate care staff is to get Azzi into a bedroom so she can start settling in.
girl.
In a bedroom down the hall are elderly Samantha and young male Charlie.
Okay, well, Samantha isn't looking or sounding horrible. Oh, there we go. On cue.
They're nearby, but not too close for comfort. And Azzi is quick to explore her new surroundings. The journey and change of scene certainly haven't put her off her food. She hasn't seen another squirrel monkey for a few years, and as a social animal, she's got a lot to say for herself.
She's about 12 years old. So she's not a spring chicken, although she looks younger and fitter than our guy's bar Charlie.
At her previous home, she had large indoor and outdoor enclosures and was well looked after, so she's in good condition. And, as squirrel monkeys should be, she's very inquisitive.
So this is a big day for her, but straight into the squirrel house, and she's quite confident lady. You know, there was a bit of alarm calling, but already we've got our male Charlie and Samantha alongside.
Azzi's assertiveness seems to be winning her at least one admirer. Youngster Charlie isn't always popular with the other older ladies in his group, and he's keen to show off to this younger, fitter female.
Charlie is already sort of strutting his stuff, showing her what a big, strong man he is. He's keen to get in and meet the new lady.
But getting to know Samantha may be harder.
It's the females that are always going to be tricky, and, you know, everybody laughs whenever I say these things, but it is true. Guys are often more straightforward. New lady, no problem. It's the ladies that often are the difficult ones because they get a little bit spiteful and jealous and will be hard on the newcomer.
It seems Azzi may need longer to win over Samantha. And as it's still early days with Charlie, she'll have to watch her step.
We'll see how we go. I mean, she's going to have to behave properly with Charlie to make sure he's still happy and interested in her, and then we'll take it slow.
But Azzi is taking it all in her stride. And for a monkey that's just travelled over 100 miles to her new home, the signs are good. Over at Paddy's enclosure, Lola has been recovering in a darkened bedroom, following an extraordinary operation to restore the sight in her right eye. The primate care staff have been closely monitoring her.
We have had a quite good look at Lola's eye. She's now presenting it pretty well to us. The eye looks really good. It's slightly swollen, particularly around the eyelid, but only slightly. Other than that, the eye looks like a normal eye. It looks really healthy again. It's quite nice to see her with all the cataracts removed, and she does seem to be seeing quite well out of it as well.
Just 48 hours ago, a team led by human eye specialist Lindsay Bray operated on Lola to remove the cataract from her worst affected eye. It's an extremely rare operation to be performed on a chimp, and a first for the park. Using the latest human medical technology and keyhole surgery, Lola's cataract was successfully removed and a brand new lens implanted.
Lola has got the best. Phew.
Fantastic. Thank you, everyone.
Next day, staff began to notice a difference in Lola.
We've definitely seen some improvement yesterday. When she'd come round, we did see her waving her hand over her eyes, and she looked like she was sort of focusing on that a bit more. So hopefully the vision is there again. We will see really how big of an effect it will have on Lola and her behaviour in all, really, when we let her back out with the group.
With a good recovery and today's cloudy conditions, meaning less sunlight to irritate Lola's eye, the team decide to let her outside with the rest of the group. The chimps are always keen to be let out, and dominant male Paddy leads the way. Eventually, a nervous Lola follows Buster out. He hasn't seen her for a few days and displays his dominance as they emerge. Lola is pretty wary and heads towards the poles, perhaps hoping to keep out of the way for now. But over-exuberant teenager Bart decides it's his turn to display his dominance to low-ranking Lola. Fortunately, Gamba steps in to put Bart in his place, and then leader Paddy wades in to exert his authority over everyone and calm things down. It's a normal start to the day in chimp society, and after a while, Lola gains confidence and starts moving around the enclosure. And with Paddy keeping an eye on naughty boy Bart, she's able to enjoy breakfast in peace. Her improved eyesight means she has no trouble focusing on finding food. And she's able to relax with some of the group who haven't seen her for several days. Athena, Mickey and Buster all give her extra attention. Even Bart seems to have calmed down and makes up for his earlier overexcitement with a gentle grooming session.
We're hoping that it will make a big difference to Lola, because obviously the problem with Lola's eyesight was that it had changed quite quickly. We're talking about a year, and she almost had no vision out of the right eye. And although she could still see out the left eye, it was still affecting the way she moved around and how she interacted with people. She was a very nervous chimp. We're just hoping that now she's got this eyesight back, that she'll be a little bit more confident, she'll feel more confident moving around the platforms, and hopefully we'll see a different side to Lola.
It's still early days, but all the signs are positive that this unique operation for a chimp may just have given Lola a new lease of life. Over at the Marmoset house, the care team is overseeing a first date. Black-tufted female Ruby arrived at the park recently, having started life in the pet trade. Alison and the team are trying to work out which of the current Marmoset residents will make a good companion for her. Today, Ruby will be meeting an adult male called Oscar, who was also rescued from the pet trade, and up to now has been living with another male called Leo.
We've tried to integrate Oscar and Leo into other groups, and he's quite feisty with other boys, and he goes in full pelt and doesn't really think things through. So we're thinking if we try him with a girl, he's probably going to be, hopefully, going to be more receptive to her because she's a female and generally boys like girls, so it should work out better. Oscar is one of our smallest marmosets. He's 260 grams. Ruby is 630 grams, so there is going to be a size difference here, but that might actually work in our favour because he might be a little bit, oh, maybe I can't go in all guns blazing because she's twice my size.
To start the introduction, they are in separate rooms, on opposite sides of the corridor, so they can still smell and see one another.
What do you think, Oscar? Can you hear him? He's up there.
Marmosets have a range of calls and vocalizations, but too often those rescued from the pet trade struggle to understand each other. Having lived away from other marmosets for most of their lives, they don't understand the full range of marmoset behaviour.
Is that Ruby? Can you hear him? So you're going to hear contact calls, which is what we just heard from Oscar. So that's probably because he's on his own, away from Leo. It would be nice if she would call back, because that would be replying to a contact call. And yeah, they would just do nice little chirpy noises if they were happy. And then if they get upset, they have a range of alarm calls. And then obviously the chunter is the aggressive noise.
As it all looks and sounds encouraging, Alison decides they can meet.
Oh, there she goes. She's straight in. Ooh, a girl. A girl.
There we go.
There.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. My God, is he learning to moderate his behavior?
Yeah. He's gonna have to, isn't he, with her? Good boy.
We were hopeful that Ruby wouldn't find him intimidating after calling, and it seems to have worked. Now, for us, Oscar's always been a problem child. He's been really aggressive. What he lacks in size, he makes up for in attitude. But he seems to be modifying his behavior in order to get up close, friendly, and start a relationship with Ruby. So he's already been mounting her, and she's allowing it, but then she gets annoyed with him and bats him away. So you do hear a few little angry words being exchanged, but actually this has gone really well, and Ruby's still exploring and happy. She just has to tell him off now and again, because he's an overexcited young man, basically, and they all need a clip around the ear now and again.
What we'd really like to see is some grooming, or even just going into a basket and going to sleep together. That would be really nice. He just needs to maybe learn to do more of the nuzzling before he goes in to the amorous behaviour, and then I think she would take to him a lot better. So I think he just needs to go slowly, and they'll settle in really well together. Right now, he's being a good marmoset for a change.
At the Capuchin house, it's lunchtime. And today, alongside the usual lettuce and fruit, a new dish has hopped onto the menu. Giant locusts. In the wild, Capuchins feast on all sorts of insects. And for Erico and his troop, who were rescued from a medical lab in Chile, these are a real favourite. For these hungry Capuchins, the food is proving hard to find. But the care team know once they get the hang of it, the tasty snacks will encourage natural Capuchin behaviour. Head of the troop, Erico, is quick off the mark. Sean is hunting down on the ground for easy pickings. And Becky has headed up to eat in peace. But Cara is having trouble. She's starting to realise this lively snack really is a movable feast. Sean has caught a few and isn't sure what to do with his catch, so puts some back into the box until he's ready for them. Cara really has the hang of this now, and knows there's a treat in there somewhere. Today's menu also includes onion, and for Capuchins, it's perfect for getting rid of parasites. Just mix with saliva and rub firmly into your fur. Lovely. With a power snack inside him, Erico is full of energy. He's on a mission, and something has captured his attention. Capuchins are famous for their nut-cracking skills. But that's not a nut. It's one of the mini cameras filming the Capuchin's antics. Or, well, it was. The youngest orangs in the park have been on a high in recent weeks. Hand-raised orphans Bulu Mata and Rika have been thoroughly enjoying their own new custom-built mini playroom, and even ventured into the big kids' playroom, when the big kids were safely elsewhere. Life is progressing at quite a pace for these two youngsters, although they still enjoy their milk.
It's red for Rika and blue for Bulu.
But their diet has moved on too.
Are you waiting for me? Want some? Bulu? Good boy.
Bulu and Rika are both eating most solid foods. They eat all the fruit and veg that the adults eat now, which is great. They obviously still have 3 milk feeds a day, which they love, especially Rika. You can see by the size of her belly. They've actually progressed a long way. Now, being in the nursery full-time, we're actually going in less than we were. We were having to carry them around quite a lot to the other areas in the house. You done? And now we can do a lot of the feeds through the mesh.
But the really massive change has been to their nightlife. Now they're sleeping here.
A couple of us did spend a night or two in the nursery. I had a night's sleep in the kitchen, which was not the best night's sleep I've ever had. But we could see through the window to see what they were doing. They had a small night light so that they could see that we were there, but they could also see their surroundings as well. We didn't want that to go on for too long, so we bit the bullet on the 3rd night and we left them here on their own. And then we came back very early in the morning to see that they were okay and sort of were around for them to wake up.
All these changes have given the babies a great sense of their wider world. And it's also letting their personalities develop.
Rika, although she's younger, is actually the more dominant of the two of them in certain situations, and Bulu was always shyer. He's actually coming out of his shell a bit more now since he's been in the nursery, but he was always a bit of a wuss, whereas Rika's always been more confident and stuff like that. So if he feels anxious about anything, he'll grab onto her. So they definitely have a nice relationship where they can support each other and protect each other as well, even though they're so young.
Next time, a sad death at the Woolly House means Chippy has to leave his ladies to lead a new group.
The dominant male is there to protect the group from any threats or dangers, anything like that. They're basically the group's protector.
Plus, watermelons for Paddy's group prove a popular treat.